Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with Parliament that has been adjourned sine die today. That's not the story though. The story is about MP Jaya Bachchan and Rajya Sabha Chairperson Jagdeep Dhankhar, who clashed once again today. It started when Mr. Dhankhar referred to Ms. Bachchan as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan once again. Immediately, the irritated actor turned politician got up and objected to his tone, quote unquote. This is what followed.
मैं जया अमिताभ बच्चन ये बोलना चाहती हूँ। मैं कलाकार हूँ, बॉडी लैंग्वेज समझती हूँ, एक्सप्रेशन समझती हूँ। और सर मुझे माफ करिएगा, मगर आपका टोन जो है is not acceptable. We are colleagues, sir. You may be sitting on the chair.
Jaya ji,
and I remember when I went to school.
Jaya ji, take your seat. Jaya ji, take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat. Jaya, once again, honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable no. Honorable members. बैठिए. I know how to deal with it. बैठिए. Jaya ji, you have earned a great reputation. You have earned a great reputation. You know, an actor is subject to the director. You have not seen what I see from here. Every day, I don't want to repeat. I don't want schooling. I am a person who has gone out of the way. And you say, my tone? No, she's given to you. No, don't have floor now. No, enough of it. Enough of it. No, enough of it. You can't have it. You may be anybody. You may be a celebrity. You have to understand the decorum. No, nothing doing, nothing. No, not at all. I will not bear it. One second. Please sit down. Please take your seat. No. Never carry an impression that only you build reputations. We come here and build reputations. We live up to reputations. Nothing doing.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what followed was not unexpected at all, actually. The opposition, led by Sonia Gandhi, staged a walkout. Jaya Bachchan and her fellow colleagues accused the chair of using unparliamentary words and insulting a woman.
मुझे डांटने वाले मेरे पार्टी लीडरशिप होती है और किसी में ये हिम्मत और ये मैं आई डोंट गिव दिस फ्रीडम टू एनीबॉडी एल्स टू डांटो मी एग्जैक्टली इट वाज अ वेरी ह्यूमिलिएटिंग एक्सपीरियंस बिकॉज कंटिन्यूअसली जो बर्ताव हो रहा है मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट्स के साथ स्पेशली ऑपोजिशन के साथ आप जो है इतने आपका जो एक्सप्रेशन जो टोन है वो इतना खराब है और ऑफेंसिव है कि कितना सहन करें और जो अपना ट्रेजरी बेंच के लोग हैं वो कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं बुद्धिहीन बोल रहे हैं और वो जो है अपना उसके ऊपर अगर हम लोग कमेंट करते हैं तो कहते हैं चेंबर में आके बात कर लीजिए चेंबर में क्यों हमारा कहना है कि आप फ्लोर पे बात हो रही है आप फ्लोर पे जवाब दीजिए हर चीज में हम चेंबर में क्यों जाए
She has not come here as Parliament. She has come here as an elected MP, and also she comes with a vast experience, and she has more parliamentary experience. And I beg to differ from what the Vice President said. She comes with vast more experience than the Vice President himself. With
she has come here as elected MP for 4 times. She has not come here as celebrity. Jaya ji has not come here as celebrity.
Okay, that wasn't the end of it. The opposition now says it is mulling an impeachment motion against Vice President Dhankhar. Meanwhile, JP Nadda moved a censure motion against the opposition MPs for this walkout.
इस तरीके का व्यवहार उस तरफ से हुआ है वो बहुत ही अशोभनीय है और वो बहुत ही गैर जिम्मेदाराना है। मुझे बड़े स्पष्ट दिख रहा है कि वह राजनीति में धरातल पर स्तर से इतने नीचे आ गए हैं कि वह पार्टी का विरोध करते करते, व्यक्ति का विरोध करते करते अब देश का विरोध करने लगे और देश में वह विघटनकारी शक्तियां जो देश को खंडित करना चाहती हैं, विभाजित करना चाहती हैं, तकलीफ में डालना चाहती हैं, उनके साथ प्रत्यक्ष और परोक्ष में हमें जब विपक्ष की आवाज दिखती है तो मुझे यह संशय होता है कि वह राष्ट्रीय पार्टियां, वह प्रादेशिक पार्टियां, क्या उनका एजेंडा देश को कमजोर करने का बन गया है?
Let me go straight across to Shaina NC, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Abbas Haider is a national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, joining us as well. And Bhavya Narsimamurthy is a spokesperson of the Congress Party with us as well. I don't know who to start with today because I have questions for both of you ladies. Let me start with the Congress Party. Bhavya, two people have a disagreement in Parliament. Isn't it a bit of an overreaction to say, अब हम impeachment motion लाएंगे against the chair? I mean, you have had an argument, you had a disagreement, it got over on the floor of the House, you walk out, Parliament has been adjourned sine die, leave the matter behind, and an impeachment motion against the Vice President for this tutu meme?
You know, sometimes it is important to show them, have you made the MPs? Rajya Sabha is the upper house, House of Elders. Most of them there have the highest experience compared to Lok Sabha. Both in age and experience, they are seniors, right? There is a way to speak to MPs. When Jaya Bachchan ji, she stood and the way she spoke, you just compare the tone and the volume of how the Vice President spoke to her and how she spoke to him. She said it very clearly that I understand the body language. I am an artist. I understand the body language and the tone. Simple as that. And he just lashed out at her. And this is not the first time. He is doing this repeatedly and only against opposition members of Rajya Sabha. He has used many words like, you know, Jayaji repeated that, like buddhiheen. Do you really think these are the words he should be using to MPs? MPs, that too from House of Elders, upper house? Just that, one of the senior most leaders of the House, that is Khargeji, and they just turn off the mic. The Vice President of India or Rajya Sabha's chairperson, he needs to show his allegiance to the Constitution and not to his party. He should understand that he is sitting in a constitutional position. He can't be partial. Show me one instance where he has lashed out at a BJP MP. If this is how he treats every MP, then that must be the problem of his behavior. But that's not the case here. He treats only the opposition MPs, not just Congress MPs.
Shaina
he switches off the leader of opposition's mind. And Nadda ji says opposition leaders want to make Desh ko kamzor karna chahte hain.
Now is it my
by
chance?
switching off the mind.
Correct.
You will make
Shaina NC, if I'm accusing...
Shreya, now can I come in?
If as a citizen who's watching what has happened in Parliament, if I'm accusing the Congress party of overreacting and the opposition of overreacting, Shaina NC, then it seems that JP Nadda has also overreacted. And by the looks of it, you know, it seems Mr. Dhankhar has also overreacted. I mean, Mr. Dhankhar is saying these are all attempts to destabilize the country. Jaya Bachchan getting up and telling the chair that your tone is something I didn't like is destabilizing the country.
Firstly, Shreya, let's understand that in a democracy like ours, world over Indians watch parliamentary proceedings, and one needs to respect not just the chair, whether it is the speaker in the Lok Sabha, the vice chairman in the Rajya Sabha, or any constitutional position, even that of the Prime Minister. I want to ask, I have a lot of respect for Jaya Bachchan. I know her personally, so this is not at all a case of a woman being wronged. If at all, it is an error of judgment of the of Mr. Dhankhar as the chairman. I want to ask you, Shreya, if somebody says Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, which is what you have in your affidavit registered your name as, is that a bone of contention? Is that a reason to say that your tone and tonality is wrong? I want to question that. When Jayaji talked about being at school, what did the Mr. Dhankhar respond to? He said that I don't want to treat people at school or as if they are in school, but they are bound to adhere to parliamentary proceedings and the respect of the chair. Now, I have 2 points here. If a woman is wrong, irrespective of which party and what thought process, me or anybody else, any woman in the country should stand up unequivocally. But if this is a question of parliamentary proceedings where you choose to destabilize, as the opposition has chosen to do, cast aspersions and say, oh, the mic of the LOP was switched off, which was factually untrue, then I think that too requires a bone of introspection as far as the opposition is concerned. Let's talk and deliberate
Shaina,
and
my
debate
simple
over
point
serious
is,
issues rather than just making this about Shreya.
I
Yes,
agree with
go
you,
ahead.
which is why probably VP Dhankhar should not have reacted the way he did. If Jaya Bachchan overreacted, so did he. Now, Shaina, my simple point is, for example, you tell me, Shreya, I'm coming to your show, don't call me Shaina NC. I don't like it. Okay, we have a disagreement about it once. Okay. Next time I call you Shaina NC, will you or will you not get irritated? Will you or will you not feel that it is deliberate? So, anyone who watches parliamentary proceedings like
Shreya,
we do,
please.
knows that
These
this is
are
not the
such
first time that Mr. Dhankhar
non-issues.
has said Jaya Amitabh
Shreya.
Bachchan, and this is not the first time she has objected to it. Why
so
irritate
what?
her? Why irritate anyone?
Shreya, what is the big deal? Tomorrow, if I call you Shreya and I'm unable to pronounce your surname and say Dhoundhial or Dhoundhial, would you take offense? And the fact is that if this is your registered name in an affidavit which goes as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, I don't think it's a big deal. You call me Shaina, you call me Shaina NC, you call me nothing, which is in collaboration with what, or rather, which is part and process of a parliamentary proceeding. I think the issue should be, what are we discussing? What are we debating? Or is it just about, certain kind of optics that the opposition chooses to make, that they are being wrong? This is not. This is, if at all, the chair which is being disrespected by making such a big deal about it. There are proceedings which take place. There are counter proceedings. I too believe that both must respect each other. Both must look at tone and tonality. But to make such a big deal out of what has started off by just calling you a name that is in your affidavit, I think needs to be also looked at. So having said that, I don't believe that any woman should be disrespected. I don't believe that the chair should be disrespected. And at the same time, let's not up the ante.
Okay, Shaina, we need you in the chair now. Abbas Haider, you're the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Jaya Bachchan belongs to the Samajwadi Party. The BJP is saying, yeah, what's the big deal? Actually, even I'm asking that question. What's the big deal? There was no need to lose your temper the way Jayaji did, or for that matter, the way Mr. Dhankhar did.
Shreya, thanks for calling me on your show, and I'm happy to be on your show with all the women around on this panel. And I believe that, see, women has been disrespected on the floor of the house.
Sabka naam theek se lena, Haider. Otherwise, there'll be a censure motion passed against you.
Actually, I would like to, go ahead with the logic Shaina was giving us. See, by the same logic, has the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha or the chairman of Rajya Sabha or the speaker of Lok Sabha call Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, or they call Narendra Modi? So we all understand what he is leading us to. See, I believe that, these positions like the chairman of Rajya Sabha or the speaker of Lok Sabha, they are bipartisan positions. And we have had, people like Somnath Chatterjee who have, held these positions in such high regard that, he left his party after 40 years. He upheld the dignity of the chair, the bipartisan approach of the chair. He retired from politics in 2008 when the CPIM withdrew support from the Congress party. But he did not, let the
Okay.
chair down. But we have seen how Mr. Dhankhar has used work like, he has compared with the Prime Minister, with he has called him modern day Gandhi and such. I don't think this is fit for a democracy, for a vibrant democracy like us. Shreya, see, we
Okay,
as
ठीक है.
Samajwadi Party are
But
committed
is it
to
fit
upheld
for
the
a vibrant?
constitutional
Is it fit
democratic
for
standard
a
of the country.
vibrant democracy? Is it fit for a vibrant democracy and a vibrant and resurgent opposition to involve itself and waste so much time on trivial issues and to say that hum to impeachment motion leke aayenge? Honestly, I'm fairly certain there are other better things that the opposition can do.
Shreya, this is not the first instance. We have seen, the leader in the House,
Okay.
leader of opposition, leader of the House, and Parliamentary Affairs Minister. They have right to speak on any issue whenever they deem fit. So, but the LOP's mic was switched off. And sir, this is not the first time. This has been happening from quite some time, and this is very unfortunate
Okay.
that people who are sitting on the
ठीक है,
constitutional position
Bhavya wants
are
to come
still
in.
feeling they are
I understand
part
what you're
of the
saying. You're saying
politics.
this is not the first time. He's done this over and over
Shreya,
again.
can I come in?
That whenever the
I-
opposition
no,
gets
I
up to
agree to
speak,
answer this.
he has a problem.
I
I'll come to
agree
you.
to
I'll
answer
come to you.
this.
I'll come to Bhavya, and then Shaina, I'll give you the last word. Bhavya, go ahead.
Shaina said, what's the big deal if she's called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan? I would like to tell you, this is individual choice. And why is it that a woman's choice is not respected? We all know there was a row some days ago regarding the same. And I appreciate what the SP spokesperson said. Yes, you did not call Narendra Modi as Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Even after Jaya ji said it very clearly to call her as Jaya Bachchan, why is this VP bent upon calling her Jaya Amitabh Bachchan? It's her choice. And the second thing is,
Okay.
second thing is, Shreya, it's important. This is not a trivial issue. This is a matter of a woman's choice. In the upper house, this is symbolic to what happens to women here. And once the man who has done this corrects himself, yes, he needs to apologize for what he did to her. Because this is not the first time she
I don't think we should make it about gender,
this
frankly.
Second time he's doing this, and he
I frankly don't think this is about gender. This is not about gender. Every individual's choice should be appreciated and respected. Hai na, Bhavya? This is not about a man and a woman. This is not about gender. Every individual's choice should be respected on the floor of the House. Shaina NC, I'm giving you 20 to 25 seconds to respond. The point is, the larger point that the opposition is making is it's not Jaya Bachchan. It's not just Jaya Bachchan. Mr. Dhankhar will send Valentine's Day cards to opposition leaders, to leaders of the BJP, irrespective of what they say. वो कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं on the floor of the House. They'll never be checked. But the moment the opposition will get up to speak, some or the other hangama will happen. That's the problem.
Look, Shreya, this is a matter of perception. Please understand, this is not a gender issue to start with. If an affidavit has a particular name of a member of parliament, the chair has only addressed the member with the same, which is what is on the affidavit. If on the affidavit you have Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, he has said that. I am not for 1 minute believing that this is an issue of a chair versus a celebrity. This has got nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with gender either. It has to do with what are the parliamentary norms and what is the parliamentary procedure. You have the VP who is in the chair. That chair needs to be respected. You have a Prime Minister who is constitutionally elected. That needs to be respected. You have a speaker in the Lok Sabha. That needs to be respected. At the same time, if you are going on about this being a woman-centric issue or the tone which is unacceptable, surely everyone can deliberate on parliamentary proceedings. But if you look at the entire way that Parliament functions, it's actually quite sorry where you're trying to make a non-issue into an issue. Let's see.
Okay.
Jaya ji has spoken so so well on so many issues. Highlight that rather than the trivia, and look at the kind of time space which is being given to trivia, which is only a war of trying to seek the eyeballs, in my opinion, as far as the opposition is concerned.
You know, is it much ado about nothing? I do believe it's much ado about nothing, but here's the point. The point also is that the procedures and the rules of the House that you're talking about, Shaina, need to apply equally to the BJP as well. And the opposition says they simply only apply to the opposition and not to the BJP. And that is something that is borne out every day when we see Parliament function as well. So maybe there is time for Mr. Dhankhar to retrospect as well. There's a lovely weekend ahead. It's raining in Delhi. So maybe he'll do that with a cup of coffee with Jaya Bachchan. We don't know. We'll see. We'll leave it there for the moment. Completely out of time. Thank you, Shaina, for joining us. Abbas Haider, good to have you on the show. And Bhavya, good to have you on the show as well. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'm welcoming our first